Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Extinguisher10, and today we are doing a video on how to progress your players in Madden 21. And the first method, and really probably easiest, is do your weekly training. So you can simulate through it, but it's going to default to bronze. But if you go and play it, you can get a gold. And well, it shows you right there, 250 XP versus 350 XP. And you just got to play it and earn the gold. So if there's one you're having trouble with, you might only be able to get silver, but practice, practice, practice. You can do it over and over and over again. But once you get that gold, you can just simulate it and you will always get that gold as long as you don't replay it and get a lower one. So eventually all you have to do is just go through and play all of them, earn gold, and then you can just sim from that point on and you'll get that maximum amount. And well, here, I'm not going to play them because ain't nobody got time for that. But you also have these focus players. So in this case, it's best to focus on players who are young and have a high development trait. So in Byron Jones's case, he's good from one aspect because he's a superstar player. But from another aspect, he's 27 years old. It's not old, but in Madden years, it kind of is. He's in that zone where you don't progress, but you really don't regress either. You're pretty much where you are at for the most part. By the time he starts regressing, he'll probably be like a 90, 91, not that much higher. And your range is, well, the younger you are, the faster you progress, and the older you are, the slower you progress, and eventually you will start regressing too. And 26 years old is kind of the cutoff. That's the first year where you really just don't progress that quick. So at 27, this is the second year where he's kind of stuck where he's at. And then somewhere around the 29 to 32 range is where you start seeing regression. And you really don't see it hit hard until probably 32 and older. It depends on the position also. So Byron Jones, not the best guy. In fact, all of these guys, even though these guys are star development, not as good as superstar, but they're 27, 28, and oh, there you go, Jordan Howard. This would be, I'd say, his last chance to really get him upgraded. Same with Matt Breida, but we could go into Mike Gesicki or Raekwon McMillan. They are the same development trait, but a year younger, so it will be more effective for those guys. And who else? Is there somebody super young on this team? You could go with Jerome Baker. He's 23, even younger, but only normal development. So I would say for me personally, Preston Williams at 23, that's probably a route to go with. And yeah, I'm going to take out Raekwon Davis, who's 23 years old but has normal development, and we're going to focus on Preston Williams, who's going to get an extra bit of boost. And then Noah, I'm not going to even try and pronounce his name. He's 20 years old though. Ooh, I might actually just leave him in there even though he has normal development, because 20 years old, that is going to be very valuable. We'll leave him in there. And of course, Tua Tagovailoa, 22 years old, hidden development, so he's at least star, if not higher. And a quarterback, so you definitely want to focus on that guy. So we're going to leave it right there. And we'll just simulate and kind of show you what it looks like, just in case you've never gone through the process. And just to repeat it, you definitely want to go and play them and get yourself up to gold, so that way you get more points. And the focus guys, it doesn't matter. They always get the same thing, no matter what you got, whether it was bronze, silver, or gold. So you got pretty much, it's always going to be 300 XP or somewhere around it. I'm not sure what actually brings it up or down. Haven't figured that one out yet, but they're always in the ballpark of 300. And so yeah, those guys got that extra boost. And also, if you are a scheme fit, you get a nice little boost here. So you can see, like, for the quarterbacks, Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua Tagovailoa, they're both scheme fits, so they both get a bonus. Whereas Josh Rosen, he is not, so he doesn't get that bonus. And it also matters on the depth chart. The guys who are higher on the depth chart get more XP. The guys lower get less XP. So as you can see, the starter, Ryan Fitzpatrick, got 500, whereas the other two guys got 350. And there you go. And if it was a silver or a gold, of course, they would have got more XP to progress themselves with. So now that we've gone over training, the next thing that you want to do is you want to upgrade your coach. And in this case, we don't have any XP, so we'll fast forward further into the season to get some XP, but we'll just show you. So right now we're in the player acquisition tab. You want to go over not to retention, but to progression, and you want to buy all of these And this is what I do before almost anything else for my coach, is buying all of this, because it'll get your players, especially your young guys, much better, much quicker. Now keep in mind, if you run the exact same training week after week after week, it only focuses on certain positions. So if you do that, and let's say you run some offensive training that does quarterbacks and wide receivers. Well, offensively, all you want to do is quarterbacks and wide receivers. Don't buy anything else. It's a waste of XP. Put it into something else. And of course, on defense, the same thing. If it's defensive linemen and linebackers, which I think they all have linebackers, so it's either defensive linemen or defensive backs that you have to choose from, really, because it's always linebackers. So on defense, always start with the linebacker, especially if you like to mix up which ones you train on, because you'll always get that boost. Personally, I like to go with linebacker and offensive line because they're cheap and they get a ton of people. I mean, you have 5 starters on the offensive line, plus probably 5-ish backups. That's 10 guys you're progressing that much faster. Linebackers, even if you're running a 4-3 where you've got 3 starters on the field, you probably have 3 backups. That's 6 guys. Versus, let's say you go to, I don't know, tight end. It costs nearly twice as much, and you've got, what, 3 tight ends on the roster? That's half as much as the linebackers, and 30% as much as the offensive linemen. So, I mean, it's great to boost guys, but it's kind of a waste. So, I mean, it's not a waste to upgrade players, but it is a waste to start there. You want to go for the more valuable positions first. And of course, increased weekly player XP goal. So every time that you accomplish one of your goals for the week, this just boosts how much XP you can get from that. And that goes with every position. So really, of all the ones that I would do that one because it gets everybody that boost. So no matter what kind of method you do, whether you mix it up and week by week you just do the one they suggest, or if you just say, I want to concentrate on my offensive line, so I'm going to do the blitz counters, and you run that one each week. This is still a good one because it gets the other positions outside of that. And the next thing is you want to play your players. If they don't play, they're not going to get in-game XP. They're not going to get these bonuses for accomplishing things. So you want to move them up the depth chart and have them start. So in this case, we're going to concentrate for 3 examples on Tua Tagovailoa, Preston Williams. We'll just move him up to the number 1 spot. Boom. So that way he gets to play. And then I think the other guy was a corner. There he is. I'm not even going to try and say his name. We'll just put him number 1 so he gets the most XP. So those are our 3 focus players that we're going to keep track of. So let's remember this. 70 for the corner, 73 for Tagovailoa, and 73 for Preston Williams. Shouldn't be too difficult to remember. And now that we've done those things, I've set my training to automatic so I don't have to worry about it. We're going to advance to the mid-season mark. There we go. And we're going to check out, see what kind of progress the players have made, and also we're going to actually upgrade the coach himself. And now at the mid-season mark, first let's check out our 3 focus players, see how they've done so far. So Tua, just halfway through the season, he is already up to a 76, that's 3 better. And same with Preston Williams, up to a 76. And how about our corner? He went from a 70 to a 72. So everybody has progressed 2 or 3 overall in just half a season. And we haven't even upgraded our coach yet, which we're going to do right here, right now. And it looks like we have 2,700 XP, so we can't get the quarterback, we can't get the wide receiver, we can do the defensive back. But I think what I am going to do is do the increased player weekly goal XP, do that, and at least it'll hit everybody, and that should help, well, everybody. And now here at the end of the season, let's check out and see how our focus players did. And look at that, Tua up to a 77. Not as big as an increase as I had hoped because he got up to a 76 halfway at the season, so only 1 improvement. But still, he went up 4 overall during the course of the season. We weren't focusing on him, just kind of random low quality stuff. So if we would have focused on the quarterback, got that upgrade, and got gold in our training, he'd probably be a 78, 79, maybe even an 80 at this point. And Preston Williams, he went from a 73 to a 79, a 6 overall increase in just 1 season. That is pretty good. pretty freaking good. And now, oh, he got dropped down the depth chart, so that hurt him probably because of a lack of playing time. But he went from a 70 to a 73 in one season. Not bad for a low overall player. So that is those methods on how to upgrade your players. So now there is one other way then you can upgrade your players. So what you do is you tab over to the options menu, go over to sliders, and then XP sliders. And people do this all the time because the Madden sliding tuners or slider tuners are just a little off, and sometimes you have to tweak it. One might say, hey, you are boosting your XP for your players unfairly, because let's say I bump this quarterback to 125. Yes, that will increase the amount of XP my players will get at the quarterback position, but you know what? That also increases the XP that the players get across the league at that position. So it's not really cheating because everybody gets it. It just changes the playing field that you're on, but still makes it level. But if you did want to exploit it and say, I'm only going to boost it up at where I have young players because they're going to be able to take advantages at the most, that is up to you. But that is one exploit you can do. Now, of course, all the other young players at that position will increase across the league, but not every team has young players at that position. So if that is a method that you want to use, it is there and available. So we're going to do that with the wide receiver, cornerback, and quarterback positions. And we're just going to boost it up to 125 and see how much of an increase that is. And while we're in here, if you think that a position gets too much of a boost, you can drop it down. You can drop down linebacker. There you go. They're not going to get anything. Well, not anything, but they're going to get less XP for what they do. So one season later, Tua Tagovailoa is up to an 82 overall, and 2 years ago he was an 73, so he's up 9 whole points. And then, oh no, I think we lost our wide receiver. Where did he go? Well, we're gonna have to hunt him down. There went that part of the experiment, and at least he's still there. So our cornerback went from a 70 overall to a 77 in 2 seasons. And of course, the better you are, the better you perform, so the more XP you get. And so 70 is not that great, and he only has normal development. Well, there he is. Preston Williams is a New York Giant, but he is up to an 83 overall. Over 2 seasons, that is a 10 overall increase. I'd say that's not too bad, especially for a guy who's not superstar or superstar X Factor. He's just a star development trait, and he's now 25 years old. And that's even with us never actually upgrading the wide receiver training position. He would have probably been an 85 or an 86 if we were able to do that. So it could be even more if you're able to focus that in on a certain position group or a certain player. But that's going to be it on how to train and progress your players in Madden 21. If you have any comments, questions, anything, just let me know down below in the comment section. I'll gladly answer them or respond to any comments. And if you found this information helpful or entertaining, I'd appreciate it if you gave the video a big ol' like. It really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, or franchise gaming, or baseball, or experiments, we have all of that going on the channel right now. All you have to do to see more is jump on down, hit that big red subscribe button below, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. But until next time, this is Extinguisher 10 signing out. Have a great rest of your day.